There have been many disgusting statements made recently concerning allegations of improper conduct on my part. These statements about me are totally false. As I have maintained from the very beginning, I am hoping for a speedy end to this horrifying experience to which I have been subjected. I shall not in this statement respond to all of the false allegations being made against me. Don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent.
Good evening from New York City. It's Gadget Trish from the I Love the Jackson Family YouTube channel. And of course, this breaks my heart that I even have to do a YouTube like this. But as Crazy would say, justice for MJ. Like, what are we doing? Thank you so much. What's up, Invincible? I know if my mother was alive, she would not be amused by this post, but I am outraged. I am so disappointed in Chris Rock. Hey Cheyenne. What are we doing? Your beef is with Will Smith. What Michael Jackson has to do with this at all? And that's why we had to title this Keep Michael Jackson's name out your mouth. It made absolutely no sense. It's like I was actually upset that I even saw the Netflix special because I didn't even want to give like the watch. I don't know how that goes with streaming hours or however this thing goes. I didn't even want to give him credit, but I wanted to know what he said about MJ. And so I was like, okay, literally within like the first 3 minutes, he just brought up Michael Jackson. What? Wow. And it's crazy in the opening shot of the special, he's putting on his Prince necklace. So clearly you're a Prince fan. You don't have to like bring someone down to bring your favorite celebrity up. It was just giving me, are you kidding me? And so, yes, Invincible, he mentioned Michael's name quick. It was one of those things like I didn't even have to dig deep. I didn't even have to. There were more things that bothered me about that special, and we'll speak about that more in a minute. But I was like, hey, Emma, what's good? Yes. I think he was in the dressing room and he puts on the Prince medallion. I'm like, it's all good. I love Prince. I enjoy Prince's music. I wouldn't say I'm a Prince fan, but I recognize Prince's greatness. You know, I know who Prince is. But you know, we spoke about this with the what was that live I did about the Super Bowl? They're two great iconic men. But Michael Jackson's different. It might be his soul, it might be his loving heart, it might be the fact that every ounce of Michael's living went into his music. It was his music and his children. Those are the two things that Michael was really big on. So I don't know. Yes, like yes, you could like Prince without bashing Michael. Just like I don't ever want to come for Prince. There's no need to come for Prince. You know, even though I'm clearly a Michael Jackson fan. I don't know. The question was, I wonder if it had to do with the fact that he got an interview with Prince. I just remember that the interview he asked was, why didn't he work on Bad? I don't know. Hey, how you doing? We're not sure what this whole thing with Chris Rock and Michael Jackson is, but because I couldn't get proof on some of the things that I found out in the last couple of days, I'm choosing not to share it. However, go on Twitter and just look at the connections that Chris Rock has, and maybe you'll understand what the real motive is. But like I said, I don't really have proof, so I'm not going to be as messy as Chris Rock. But I will encourage you guys to do some research. I would start with Twitter, then I would go to YouTube and keep going down that rabbit hole. But yes, Chris has been dissing Michael for years. He keeps trying to push his agenda against MJ, like those daggone people in Hollywood. Hollywood, yes. This is what I'm. We knew based on how this year started that there was going to be some drama with Michael. Michael Jackson is continuously making records, continuously making hits, continuously having supporters, and we are not blind sheep. We are not like zombies. We legitly have done our homework. He has been proven innocent by the FBI. New evidence even shows he's even more innocent. There is a lot more to this whole bashing of Michael Jackson's legacy. And as soon as Taj's documentary comes out, oh my gosh. Like I really, if anybody is a MJ innocent expert, please hit me up. We could have a whole session with just you. Like it's giving me, what are we doing? Like I understand why they want to tear him down. Jealousy, legacy, I get it. Especially like Chris Rock. Chris Rock is giving me, he doesn't even like his own people. Like, have you know, like whoever saw the special, oh my gosh, to Jada, Will was the one who slapped Chris, but he was going in on his wife. And then what's interesting in a bad way, he was talking about the entanglement, but the entanglement was not the reason why you got slapped. You got slapped because you were talking about her hair, which was part of her medical condition. It had nothing to do with the entanglement. It was just like, are you kidding me? And what pisses me off, and this is even more disappointing about Chris Rock, is he clearly did not learn his lesson. I do not condone anybody putting their hands or hurting anybody, but words do have power and words do hurt. And I think Chris Rock is that type of comedian that just takes it way too far. It is a form of bullying, is a form of antagonizing. And yes, we are adults. And yes, we need to compose our behavior. But enough is enough. Like, stop. And I'm telling you, Chris, just not even Chris or comedians in general, this is a form of antagonizing and bullying that is not acceptable. I feel like this type of comedy needs to stop. This is really, really, really bad. Even like in defense of Will Smith, I'm not even like a huge Will Smith fan, but I like the Fresh Prince. I love his movies. I like his music. But I'm like, there's nothing Will Smith in my room. I'm the way he was just poking the bear at Jada and Will was just like, dude, you clearly did not learn your lesson. I know it was embarrassing what happened to Chris Rock, and the joke he said that night didn't warrant to be slapped, but I just think it was just a number of things that just kept piling and piling and piling, and it led to him being slapped. And I'm just like, dude, oh my gosh, yo, like it was just wow. It was just really, yes, Taj did not play. And I appreciate Taj clapping him back because it was just like, it was so random and so uncalled for. It was just like, okay, so I guess because Prince is not, your favorite artist is not as big as Michael, let me just take a jab and, let's just put another fake accusation out there. I agree. I cannot wait for the doc and the biopic myself. Oh, that's cool. It's great. Once in a while, they'll play Michael Jackson at work, and I'll just start dancing out of nowhere. Yeah, you know what? I wish there was a way that you could see it without getting the credit to Netflix. Um, huh. Because like you can get bits and pieces of it from YouTube, but my heart really goes out to one, the Jacksons, because it was so uncalled for. And even though Will Smith did hit him, it still didn't justify. Like he kept calling Jade the B word, and it's the way he was saying it. It was like, dude, if this was like 90s beef, this would have like ended in a funeral. Not implying that's how it should end, but it's like, oh my gosh, grow up. Ah, thank you. At first I wasn't going to discuss it, but it's just like moonwalkers, we are being definitely being attacked. I think we're being attacked because there are some people who just want to push this agenda of the of Michael being something that he's not. And so it's one of those things like just be prepared to have your facts, have your information ready. You know, this sucks that we even have to have this. We've had two beautiful peaceful weeks. We had two beautiful streams last week. We were manifesting our dreams the week before. We were celebrating the off the wall billion streams on Spotify. And then this. Why? Why y'all mad? Get over it. And I can't wait for Taj's documentary. I can't wait. He gonna have receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts. So yes, you can find snippets. If you're not trying to give Netflix their credit, I will definitely try to find a snippet for you guys to watch on YouTube instead about what he said about Michael. But basically what happened was he was comparing Michael Jackson and R. Kelly and pretty much saying, why is it okay that we play Michael's music and not R. Kelly's? Like saying it was pretty much saying that they're both guilty. And I'm like, R. Kelly's guilty, but Michael Jackson's not guilty. So I don't understand why did you try to make that correlation? Like, what are we doing, bro? So I was just so annoyed. Right? Invincible's going super hard. She says, I've been listening to the 2005 trial transcripts just to get myself prepared and have my facts straight. That's why I opened up the clip with Michael Jackson himself saying he was innocent. He's not here to defend himself, but when he was alive, he was able to say, hey, I'm innocent. I didn't do it. And he's still innocent. I don't understand what's going on. This is like crazy. So I went to where this started. I found about this on Twitter. I was minding my own business. I was having a crazy week in my personal life that we are not getting in today. It ain't about me, it's about Michael. And I was like, oh hell, actually I would have got here sooner, but I had to deal with my life. Hey, Days in the Moon. Right? I'm telling you, I'm not for violence, but Chris, the fact that Chris got slapped and decided to have the type of show that he has, I would have actually commended Chris if he took the high road and just, I don't know. If I was Chris, I would have just shocked everybody. Oop, I just dropped one of my lights. Hold on. Awkward. I just changed my set and now I learned the hard way. This light's too close to me. Anywho, yes, the mainstream media is taking this and running with it. They're running with it because it's rare you ever see a Jackson clap back. Shout out to Taj. This is a prime example when someone had enough. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you kidding me right now? So I just realized Chris Rocks is friends with, yes, because we don't say the name. Yes. when you guys get a chance, start doing your own investigating. That's one thing I'll tell you. I research a lot. One, because I have this YouTube channel, and two, I got to deal with my friends and family, and some of my friends and family saw Leaving Lies, and I had to deal with some stuff at home. And you have to have your receipts, and you have to show people there is a motive to what's going on. So I like I said, I found out through Twitter. Taj went in, bro. Shout out to Taj. You know, and this is not normal Taj type of dialogue, but do you blame him? Enough is enough. So let me just get closer to my screen. Chris Rock has used my family as punching bags for his entire career. Yet I'm supposed to feel bad for him getting slapped and humiliated on the Oscars? After seeing a new clip of him attacking my dead uncle in the first minutes of his special, I have three things to say. What did my family ever do to you to warrant these decades of harassment and your constant bullying disguised as jokes? That is key. This is not jokes. This is a form of bullying. That's very, very true. Just because you were bullied early in your life doesn't give you the excuse to bully others now. And three, thank you, Will Smith. And I agree. That tweet got 1.6 million views. Shout out to Taj. Yes, he went off. Cause it's just like enough is enough. Also on Twitter, Michael Jackson was destroyed like no other person in our time. You have to remember that he was innocent. He was proven innocent in our courts. If you read the transcripts, it is insanity. It should have never gone to trial. Say no. Like I said, guys, keep doing your own research. So much to this. Here's good news, everybody. Chris Rock's followers on Twitter dropped from 7.7 million to 5.5. And if anybody is following this social media bully, unfollow him now. After he compared Michael Jackson to R. Kelly and OJ. Keep Michael Jackson's name out your mouth. Yes. It's like, how dare you? Kevin Jones writes, Wade Robinson claim dismiss. James Safechuck dismiss. Like, just look at all this. Come on, man. And justice for some tweeted to Chris about the facts. Everybody get comfortable with these facts. Head over to And Justice for Some's Twitter. It's crazy. Accusers Wade Robinson and James both previously sworn under oath that their relationship with Michael Jackson was never inappropriate or sexual, and maintain this under cross-examination. Come on, man. Everybody get educated on this. Try to watch Chris Rock's new comedy special. Turn that hoe off as soon as he threw that corny ass Michael Jackson joke. Bruh, you're a joke. Yes. Michael Jackson's nephew told Chris Rock to keep his uncle's name out his mouth, and I can't stop hearing about it. Oops. Skip one. Why is I'm so used to saying Chris Brown. Chris Rock comparing R. Kelly to Michael Jackson. Shaking my head, bad joke. Very bad joke, very bad taste. Chris Rock's sense of humor has always been very cruel and vile, and towards Michael Jackson, his behavior was despicable. Many suspect his attacks are on resentment towards MJ's success over Prince's. I agree. I skewing Prince's spotlight. I am going to agree with that theory. So if you guys are not familiar with Will Smith, he did apologize to not only Chris, because I mean, that was messed up. I was actually really hurt that played out because that was supposed to be a really key moment for Will Smith that turned out into a social media nightmare. And instead of us focusing on Will Smith winning the Oscars, we had to deal with two people, two black men having some form of an altercation over words. And so, I felt really bad for Prince. Like I said, not Prince. I'm thinking like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air of Will Smith because I've always appreciated his work. And so I'm going to play his apology just in case you guys are not aware. This man did apologize, but apparently Chris Rock was holding on to some kind of resentment. As I'm pulling this up, all right, Will Smith.
I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want.
So he apologized. And I know that could never take away from what happened that night. That was a lot to see. Now, like I said, that was tough. But at the end of the day, Will Smith will always have to live with the moment that he let his emotions get the best out of him. If Chris Rock was a bigger person, and I thought he was a bigger person because he was so quiet about it for so long, he could have took the high road. And I promise you, instead of losing like 2 million followers, you would have gained probably another 3 million followers if you took the high road. But you went there, and there was no need to go there. I honestly thought Chris Rock was the better person for not addressing it, because it was just like, dude, like, Will Smith by default had the biggest loss because it's like there's no coming back from that. We all saw what we saw. So it's just like I don't know, like I know in my personal life sometimes things happen to me and you want to take revenge, but again, I believe that God takes care of those type of things. I don't have sometimes in order for you to get the kind of revenge that would warrant what's been wrongfully done to you would require for you to go to jail or something. And it's just not worth it at the end of the day. So it's like if Will Smith hit you and you chose not to publicly speak about it, I mean, he did briefly in some comedy stuff, but the way he went on this special, you could tell like there is so much anger and rage still in his heart. And I'm going to tell you, brother, it's okay to heal. Damage is done, and I mean, he said some offensive stuff, man. Like, it was just like, are you kidding me? Yes. Even the people that aren't mega fans like us are starting to see that this is all messed up. Yep. Um, this is crazy. I agree. Um, each word Taj had enough. Yeah, Chris Rock is a bully, not only to Michael and his family, but to other people. Yes, Chris Rock really offended me. I really not get into like what offended me because then I would have to get more into stuff, and I'm just over the whole thing already. But it was just like Chris, I am sorry that you got slapped, but not for nothing. This kind of type of comedy that you do does warrant that type of behavior. That's all I'm saying. Like I was looking into like what led to the whole thing with Will Smith and Jada and Chris having beef. And it has been little things that have been going on from time to time. And I'm like, if nothing else, I will actually probably look up some of the like share some of the links. I didn't have time to get everything together because I've been just, dealing with my own stuff at home. But I was just like, this is just crazy. Oh my God. In my honest opinion, I was horrified at what Will Smith did. I was very upset and sided with Chris Rock. I was rooting for Chris. Now, after this Michael comment, I'm heartbroken. I can't side with him. That's how I was initially. I legitly felt really bad for Chris. And I think if Chris healed, he would have known that taking the bigger road would have led to bigger rewards. But I can't speak for Chris. I'm not Chris, but I felt like Chris was the the better person for not addressing it and taking the higher road. And I guess he was just, I don't know. Comparing MJ to R. Kelly is not a joke. Yeah, that was beyond disrespectful. Team MJ, Chris Rock career is over. He needed a career boost. I agree, Denise or Dennis. I agree, but I feel like um he had that boost when he got slapped and didn't respond. I think that takes a lot of restraint not to physically hit someone back who's hit you. That's why I was like, dude, you were the winner. What happened? Just, I don't know. Hey, and justice for some, we were just talking about you. Chris Rock has a history of berating Michael. His comment about Michael are a strategy and an agenda that includes his friends. Yes, yes, yes. I agree. I agree. I learned a lot this week, and I need you guys to look at who he's aligned with. I agree. Some people believe that being a comedian and being a bully should be the same thing. Those often, yeah, I think because of what happened, surprisingly, I'm actually more offended with Jade, the way he went in on Jada Smith. I'm sorry, it was a lot, and I'm just like, and it was a form of bullying, and it was an antagonizing, like with Michael, it was really messed up what he did, but it was like one joke, and he kept going, and it was a really foul joke. It was like level 20 bad, but the thing with Will Smith and Jade, oh no, hell to the no, it was not good. Oh wow, they paid him 20 million, 40 million. It's possible, but mm-mm. I think I've mostly seen outpouring supporting support from Michael in response to what Chris said. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was like, wait a minute, this got nothing to do with Will Smith. What are we doing? The fact that Eddie Murphy and Chris Tucker had made jokes about MJ without being disrespectful lets me know it's possible for other comedians to do the same. I agree. Now, I don't even I don't even know like saying its name. We don't say that name here. Either it's a S or OW. Okay. Oh, no problem. Thanks for coming through. Hey, Scott. Yes. I did feel sorry for Chris, but now I'm understanding why Chris got slapped. And again, I'm making this clear. It's never right to physically touch someone when they disrespect you. But I think about like the teenagers in my life and the people in my life. Everyone has a breaking point, and that's one thing. Like, whether you're an adult or a child, we all have a breaking point. Will Smith had his, Taj had his. Enough is enough. This is bullying. It's giving me it's a gray line that I feel like needs to be addressed, because when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, it was in a combination of things that Chris Rock did to let to Will say enough is enough. So even though the joke was quote unquote small, it wasn't that one joke. It was something else that led to that. And another YouTuber had found those receipts. And I said, oh, now it all makes sense. And Chris Rock has this bad habit of like really attacking Black people, which is interesting because he's Black. But it's like there's a terminology in Black culture where, oh my gosh, I can't think of it now, but it's like when you do something to impress another race by betraying your own race. And race does play a role, specifically in the context of Will Smith, Jada, and Chris Rock, because basically Jada wanted everyone to unite, the Black celebrities to unite on something on the Oscars, having less Black nominees. And of course, Chris was like, no, I'm still going to do the gig. And the next thing you know it, not only that he did the gig, which is fine, that's a paycheck, but then he attacked Jada. And then I think that was the beginning to what led to all this. So if everybody's thinking like, oh, Will's being sensitive about hair, it's not. It's Chris Rock being a bully, hiding behind jokes, and then wondering why he got slapped. And I'm just like, I mean, I think comedians need to just learn a lesson from this in general. Words do hurt, and just be mindful that a joke can go too far. And if you are really, really good at what you do, you don't have to attack people to this level. And like someone said earlier, Eddie Murphy and Chris Tucker has respectfully made jokes about Michael Jackson. This is it's bad. Wow, I didn't even know that. I remember he made a joke about Whitney and Bobby Brown, and they went off on him. Michael is always compared to other artists. Obviously, no one can beat Michael. And Michael has a very unique, beautiful legacy that keeps getting discovered by old and new people. And I think the powers that be are in their feelings about it. Like, you guys have to understand, Leaving Lies was designed to destroy Michael's legacy, and no one saw the Moonwalkers debunking it to the level that they did, because truth is truth. That's what I don't. this is one thing, like you could lie on somebody, but there is always still the truth. And the moonwalkers who defended Michael, we're not talking one or two people, we're talking like people that just really knew. They were like, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. And they kept debunking it. And that's why I'm like, I don't know. This is weird, bro. It's like you attacking a dead man. What is going on? It's like he got hurt and then intentionally caused hurt upon someone else who is dead, who has nothing to do with the situation. Absolutely. But you know what it is? His favorite artist is Prince. And I think he wished Prince's legacy was flourishing like Michael's. Prince does have a legacy, but it's not as strong as Michael's. Michael has a very unique legacy, but you got to remember Michael Jackson also been doing Michael's been doing this since like 5 years old, and he died at 50. So could you imagine someone having 45 years of doing something from childhood to adulthood? He deserves that GOAT. Michael's a GOAT for a reason. He's the greatest of all time for a reason. He had no childhood. He had no teenage years. He had no real relationship. He can never go anywhere. He was the most famous human being on the planet. No privacy. And he is one of the few people that have been proven time and time again as being innocent. And people still like, nope. And you know what breaks my heart? There are people legitly in Hollywood that are legit attackers to women and children. And people have added those people out. And nothing has been done about that. And there's evidence of these things. And no one has done nothing about that. But you're going to attack someone who's been proven countless times as being innocent. And it's like, oh no, he's the problem. No, Hollywood in general is the real problem. And you're attacking him. He was actually one of the good ones. And then there's people that kept on saying, no, it's not him, but it's A, B, and C. But you ain't looking at A, B, and C. And by the way, A, B, and C are alive and still probably doing things. But Michael Jackson has been said over and over and over again, innocent, 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 innocent. And you guys, I don't know what it is, it's still going after this man. And it's sad. It's giving me sad, bro. I don't know what this is about. I don't know if it's because he's black. I don't know if I don't know what the issue is, but it's getting whacked to keep talking about this. It's just like, are you kidding me, bro? I'm like, what? Let's see. I'm sorry I missed some of your comments, but I'm just so angry and just so disappointed. And I think I'm more disappointed with Chris Rock because Chris Rock literally has been through probably the most humiliating thing I've ever seen on television. And you would just think that in 11 months you had like just to deal with all this, that maybe you would have just been a better person. Again, take some accountability that your jokes do hurt and you take it too far. And you clearly learned nothing from this. And so I no longer feel sorry for you. I did feel sorry for you, but I actually feel sorry that you haven't learned anything and that you're still hurt and that you're still hurting people. And there's consequences behind that. And I'm like, you know, Chris Rock is like a few years older than me. So you should be old enough to know, do better, heal, get a new wife or something. I don't know what to tell you, brother. Like, get it together and stop attacking your own people to this level. Like, if you just look at how like Chris Rock attacks black people, it's giving me self-hate. Just thought I'd throw it out there while I'm at it. Yes, Hollywood is full of darkness. Michael was never part of that culture at all. And you know what? Days in the Moon, I think that's why he's getting punished. Because it's you know, I think I spoke about this before, but some of my friends were in the industry, and with the exception of one, they all left. And they all left for a reason. Initially, I wanted to be in there, but it's crazy up in there, especially the music industry. Oh my God. So I was just like, I never even bothered to get into the acting part. I said, the musical was enough. I'm good with it. Um, Cheryl writes, um, I'm not dumb. MJ Sweet, his fans are victims attacking him, and you're already considered dead. Yeah. Oh my God. Just like Jason said on Hollywood Unlocked, it's weird to see these people come after a man who's been dead for over a decade now. Yes. Yes. And it's like, do you know June 25th? This will be the 14th year Michael has passed away. They are coming for Michael Jackson as if he's still here. And it pisses me off that Leaving Lies even came out, which is 2019. We proven that those charges were lies. And shout out to the Moonwalkers. Y'all did a phenomenal job. It wasn't even one or two lies. It was like 60 plus lies. Lies. And everything was dismissed. And y'all still attacking him? Like, come on. And the more you attack him, the more we're starting to wonder what is this really about? Because it's just like, wait a minute. Michael Jackson's been passed away for almost 14 years. He's been proven innocent several times, including recently, and y'all still attacking him. Interesting. It's the combination of his blackness and his power over the general public, no matter how many times the media tries to take him down. Yes. And I think I struggle with this the most because, of course, I'm Black. I'm the color that Michael is, but I'm also American. I see myself as an American, right? I don't see myself as a Black American, just an American. And it's sad that this country is so driven by race to this level. Like, it's sad. If aliens were real, would color matter? Because I personally grew up in a neighborhood where everyone gets along. All my classmates look like a Benetton, ad. And I honestly did not see color until I got older in life. But it sucks what I realized how this world really is. It sucks. Because I just feel like it should just be on the character of someone's heart, not the color of their skin. If I don't like you, I'm not gonna like you because of your character. I'm not one of those people like, oh, if I automatically see someone that's Black, I'm like, oh, we're gonna be besties. No, I want to see what you're about. If you cool, you cool. And if you're a nerd, you're super cool with me. Just kidding. Or am I? But I'm serious. It's just like I just wasn't raised to just automatically lead with race. Maybe because I never had that luxury, like when I went to school, there was maybe 5, 6 Black people in my school tops. But I appreciate my childhood because it's just like you learn to like people for who they are, not what they look like. And so it's just like, I'm just over this. It's just dumb. I think right. I think deep down, Chris Rock wanted to be the other Chris. I think you're probably talking about Chris Tucker because I know Chris Tucker had a wonderful friendship with Michael, and it's just like who wouldn't want to be Michael Jackson's friend? That's funny. I did see that joke. Um, I don't know. I honestly thought initially that Chris was an amazing person for not hitting him back or cursing him out. Like I thought that took real courage not to respond. But it was just like, dude, your special undid everything that made you so dope for not responding to Will Smith. And I'm just like, I hope you learn from this. Yes, Michael is the only dead celebrity that is always attacked, even the other media. Yes. Poor it's weird. It is so weird. I'm just like, what is this about? Wow, Chris Rock is that old? He looks I thought he was younger. But Chris Rock is 58 years old of age. He knew what he was doing. Why did I think Chris Rock? Oh, that means Chris Rock is older than Will Smith then. Because I think Will Smith is like only what, 52? I don't know. I don't know why I thought Chris was younger. That's even worse. Because it's like, dude, you know better. There was a classy, honorable way of handling this. Chris Rock was almost there, but he blew it after the Netflix. Yes, and I think he would have financially gained so much more. I think if he addressed the Will and Jay, first of all, he should have never came at his wife the way that he did. He should have never came at his wife the way he did. Will hit him. If Will had if he addressed Will, maybe, but he came at Jada like, have you ever like, I don't know, the way he came at Jada is almost like they had some kind of like history together, or like when someone has or he had a crush on her, or he got rejected. It seemed really, it was giving me like, hi, I've always had a crush on this girl, but she rejected me. And Jada Smith is beautiful, especially like when she was younger. She was even more. She's still a very beautiful woman. And I was like, "But you mad because she never gave you the time of day? Like, what's going on here?" It felt very personal. It didn't feel like, I was like, didn't Will hit him? Like, why is he going on his wife? It was just weird. It was a lot. Yes, we do love Chris Tucker. I agree. It boils down to money. Certain celebrities sell their soul for money. Most of the time, when you're in the industry, unfortunately, you have to sell. I hate to say sell your soul. That's why when you meet nice celebrities or kind celebrities or humble celebrities, you're like, oh, those are the unicorns. And that, I think that's what made Michael Jackson so unique, because a lot of his money went back to charity. He used his home to do stuff for kids of need. And then I don't know if you guys did the research about Michael Jackson, but he used to actually open up Neverland, and most of the time he wasn't even there. He was usually on tour. He would just let other people use the house. And we're not talking his family, we're just talking about programs and stuff. Michael was a very unique soul, and nobody was ready for his type of energy. They're so used to celebrities being very destructive, selfish people that when you have a Michael Jackson in the mix, it's like, oh wait, you got all this money and power, and we can't use your money and power to our agenda. Then you're going against the grain. I've learned so much about Michael Jackson when he died, like beautiful things. His humanitarian acts, just how he was as a person, and he isn't like other celebrities. And it's so interesting. Like, I even think about his son Prince. His son Prince wears Crocs and G-Shocks, like, just riding a motorcycle, just an everyday person. And he chooses to give to the inner city kids, the Hill Los Angeles Foundation, and doing things for them for Christmas. And I'm just like, not everybody wants to be like others. So I know if I ever got rich and famous, I want to give my money away. I want to share it with people. You can't take the money with you. Why not share it with people? So Michael, especially Michael being as rich as he was and as powerful as he was going to be a target. How Hollywood don't get down like that, and it sucks. Mind you, Michael gets the most scrutiny out of any deceased celebrity, and I don't get how people have this much hate for a dead man. That's really strange. Yes. Yes. And you know what's interesting? The more they attack him, the more I'm like, now got me like. And the more I did, the more I'm realizing this is way bigger than I can't wait to Taj's documentary because I'm actually curious to see what Taj is going to be sharing with us. Yes, that same history you're talking about, Jada and Chris Rock sounds like something he's been feeling about Michael. Yes, for him. Yes, for calling him out like that. Everything about this situation feels very personal. I just don't know. Oh, one of my devices is talking, but I don't know why. It's like, what? Hold on. Oh, wait. One of my things are talking, but I don't know what it is. Oh, okay. All right. Something's talking in my house, and I don't know what it is. I was like, So I don't know, guys. We're going to keep fighting for Michael. I promise you, I got better things to do with my time. But I know when something's wrong, this is wrong. This is so wrong. I'm like, oh my gosh. And this year's been tough. It's March. It's March 9th. And we've had at least now 3 attacks on Michael. Cardboard magazine, trolling stones, and now this. And I'm just like, okay, I'm starting to see a lot going on. This is I don't know. Yes, Prince is very down to earth. And I really feel like some of that's coming from his own dad. Actually, all his kids are very down to earth. They really are. He was one of the few celebrities that was a good person, and that's why they hated him, which is sad. Hollywood do better. Yes, I am. You are not the only person. I am loving the clap back from the family because the family's tired. We're tired, but they gotta be even more tired. Because I'm just like, wait, what? What does got to do with Will Smith? He gets the most scrutiny from any dead celebrity, dead or alive. Yeah. Oh, this is sweet. Michael Jackson is more than a celebrity to me. That man is a hero. I can't stand celebrities, but MJ is an exception to the rules. He's a very special soul. I am going to agree because I always say that, and I mean this. I'm not a fan about too many celebrities, especially living in New York. They are mean. Oh my gosh, celebrities are so mean. And so I don't you're right. I don't see Michael as a celebrity. I really don't. And I think it takes a strong man and a strong family. My heart goes out to the Jacksons. I've never seen a family attack so much in my life. The bullying, the jabbing, and I'm just like all they did, all the Jacksons did was figure out how to get out of Gary, Indiana with blood, sweat, and tears and got their behinds to Hollywood. They put in the work. And I'm telling y'all, I don't have to hear their story. I know they sacrificed a lot. And I'm talking about stuff none of us would be willing to sacrifice to come from Gary, Indiana to Hollywood. And how dare people continuously tarnish that family? And it's just like, oh my gosh, what is this about? Is this jealousy, power? Come on. And I mean, you got to remember, with the exception of maybe Jackie and Rebe, almost all those Jackson kids lost their childhood. They grew up into that. So it's just like, why are we not speaking about the history of that family and say that is an accomplishment what they did? And then on top of that, actually gave us good music that actually is that aged very well. You see those performances from the 70s and 80s, that was freaking work, bro. Talent and work. And y'all attacking this family for you jealous? Don't be mad. It's this whole thing is just whack, man. I mean, really whack. I know. I don't know if I could put that up, Mary, but chat, go to Mary Moore's stuff. Because again, because I couldn't find receipts on stuff, I don't want to be part of the problem, but I'll just read some of what Mary wrote. I was surprised when I read that Chris was accused of, and settled the case. Do we cancel him because he was accused of something? I don't know. I learned that this week. I said, is that true? So that's why I don't even want to put it on the screen. Josh, I don't know. I don't know when Taj's documentary is coming out, but I know it's coming out, and when it does, because even in this doing this live, I had a hard time finding. I need like, hi, let's say I believe in leaving lies. I want someone to say, watch this. I need that, and I had a hard time finding it. There was one person, I think it's called something popcorn, where he made some really good facts, but he also said some stuff that I didn't quite agree with. So that's why I'm not gonna like feature it. But it's just like, yes, the way he was talking about Jada was crazy because this woman was talking about you were calling out her name and on the top of that you were disrespecting someone's mother. It was weird. It was crazy. Like he was coming more after Jada than Will. That's why I was like, wait, what? She didn't slap him. But I think because, like I said, there was some history. And I guess even though she didn't slap him, this all started with something that she wanted Chris to do, and he didn't do it. And then not only that he didn't do it, but then he made her the butt of the joke. And all Jada was trying to make awareness was at the time there wasn't enough representation of Black actors, and she wanted a better. Her argument was fair. It's just I don't understand why Chris. You didn't have to back Jada up, but if you weren't going to back her up, you didn't have to attack her. She was trying to make change. Like people don't realize that we're still there are still things that need to change, especially for people of color, especially for women, especially for fill in the blank. So it's just like, are things better? Absolutely, but that comes from people that are courageous enough to help make change. Like I remember when I was watching Janet Jackson's documentary last year and we were learning about all the racism that the Jacksons were facing, I had no idea. Because by the time, let me see, I've only experienced very little racism in my lifetime. But, you know, the Jacksons lived in California in a place where there were no Black people in their neighborhood. So they were not welcomed. And again, I didn't know that. And again, it takes courage to do what they did to the level that they did it. And I mean, they talk about things they experience or their children experience, even when they've been there for decades. It's just like, wow, it does take courage to be in a place where you're not even welcomed. So it's just like, I don't know. The industry knows there will never be another Michael who accomplished so much and surpassed and succeeded all of. But you know why there will not be another Michael, Jury? Because Michael Jackson, literally, his almost entire life was him being Michael Jackson. So can you imagine the only other celebrity that comes a little close to having that level of discipline and a childhood like that is Beyonce. I know some of y'all might get upset, but Beyonce had a very similar childhood, but I still think it didn't start as young as Michael, but close. And I don't find it a coincidence how great she is as an entertainer. So it's just like people like that don't have a childhood. And that comes at such a great price. What makes Michael different though, his music is so, especially like Heal the World, Earth Song, it reaches the soul differently. It's very wow. Mm-mm. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you guys were here to rant. I thought I was going to be on here for like 30 minutes, but just looking at all the comments. Yeah, the Jacksons face so much discrimination and racism, but people act like they never had a struggle in their life. Not only that the Jacksons had so much against them, they still do. Like, you know how we were saying in the January 21st manifesting thing, I wish that the general public would just leave the Jacksons alone. Let them have their roses. Give them their proper history books. Stop attacking these people. It's sad. Like I could literally cry like and just how I'm so disappointed on how bad these people were attacked. It's just so bad. I found another YouTube clip from this YouTubers. Let me cue this up. Hold on. Like I'm legitly like so sad over this.
Some corny things. Like one thing he talked about was Michael Jackson. He talked about that early. Now, obviously, I mean, we've had Michael Jackson's family on here, was supportive of Michael Jackson, but he was accused of a lot of dirty and disgusting things that have never been proven to be true. All of it's been dismissed and not been proven true. In fact, it's been proven that a lot of the people in cases were a collusion against him and trying to, take him down. So when you see Chris Rock compare Michael Jackson and R. Kelly and saying people have selective outrage because you listen to Michael Jackson's music, but you demonize R. Kelly, what's the difference? You can see why people like Tosh Jackson have an issue. I want to read what he said. Oh, and I want to get your thought.
So yeah, you cannot compare R. Kelly and Michael Jackson together. It is legitly totally separate things. As a matter of fact, back in the days, there was these videotapes that used to be like in bodegas. Actually, I might even want to talk about it. The point is, the evidence of R. Kelly is real. And then that's all I'm saying. I'm leaving that alone because he was convicted. So if you want to know about R. Kelly and his drama, look it up. But Michael Jackson was followed by the FBI, not for 5 minutes, for freaking 10 years. They found nothing. If Michael Jackson was guilty, I promise you, they would have showed this to the world because you would have finally been able to take this man down for real. 10 years, not 10 minutes, not 10 months, not 10 weeks, 10 years. They found nothing. And I mean, when I said, like I said, do your freaking homework. I promise you, if there was evidence, I promise you, it would have came out already. And it would have came out proudly because they would be like, oh, fuck, we're taking Michael and his family down. It would have came out already. This is giving me, really? Yes, I agree. Jafar is going to be the next Jackson superstar. I bet the media is going to start finding bad things on him. Yes. And the problem is, and I think that's why Taj's documentary has to come out. And there has to be a public outpouring to stop attacking the Jacksons because it's giving me enough is enough. It is bullying to the highest level. It's just really weird. And this is like to Michael, to Janet, to Toya, everybody. Like this, even things coming out now that it's just like, what? I mean, reaching for stuff. And I'm just like, let me tell you something. I've made this clear. The Jacksons are not perfect. They are human and flawed like each and every single one of us. The difference of the Jacksons, though, and most everyday people, they found a way to push through the insanity of being a human being. And family has problems and family fight and they don't always get along. And that is normal family behavior. I don't understand why people think, they're perfect. They are far from perfect. Far from perfect. And that's not what it's about. I've never ever put the Jacksons on a pedestal to that level. My whole channel is about I am tired of this family getting attacked. I'm just tired. Because I was just like, because y'all don't have this same energy for any other celebrities but them. And I promise you, if people dug into your family history or anybody else's family history, it's going to be some problems. But no other celebrities get those kind of spotlights at all. Not even a little bit. There are even people that have been outed. I'm not going to get into it. It's not that's not this kind of channel. No one even investigated, and these people are still heroes. I'm confused. Where is this energy for like legit people of problems? But you go after Michael, you investigate this guy for 10 years, FBI style. You strip him of his dignity, you mess up Neverland, and you find absolutely nothing because there ain't nothing to freaking find. And you're still mad. So then you wait till he dies and then you attack him again. And then the Moonwalker said, you're lying. Here's those receipts. And then you fast forward now and you're still attacking him. Make this make sense. Oh my gosh. Why don't y'all go after the people that are really doing some stuff? I don't get this stuff. I'm over this, man. I'm telling you, this might be my first and last post like this because I promise you, I just want to focus on the families. I just want to celebrate them. I think this might be my last kind of post like this because this is sad. If nothing else, I need maybe to get an expert, maybe a Taj Jackson, or maybe and justice for someone that can really articulate like the facts and be like blah 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 blah. But I'm just over this. It's just sad, bro. I pay for protection for Jafar too, because there is definitely a dark cloud over that family, and it has nothing to do about them being a normal family. It's got something to do about the what they represent. They represent excellence, and I don't even want to say Black excellence. I'm going to say American excellence, especially now. The Jacksons are literally, because of the second gen, a very diverse pool. They reflect what I call an American family, and in my family is just like theirs. We are African American, but we're also Native Indian. We're also White American. We're also Spanish. I even have a Chinese cousin. Yes, I do. She's half Chinese and Black. In America, people meet people that they love, and that's it. I believe in loving people for who they are, not what they look like. And if they are so happening another race, it's another race. The Jacksons are Black and white and Spanish and maybe even Asian. And I don't understand. It is an American story. And I don't understand why you keep attacking those people. I'm over this. I'm so over this. I'm so over this. I'm so over this. I can't. Yes, people really need to leave him alone. I agree. Yes. I totally agree with this. We are not just crazy fans or some people saying we did our research. Yes, we did. We know Michael's innocent and a victim of opportunists and the media. And this is why we fight for him. Yes, because he's not here to fight for himself. Like, I'm glad I found a clip of Michael Jackson saying himself, I am innocent. But we need to remind him, like, he really didn't do anything. he's one of those people that because he wasn't like the other celebrities, maybe he was seen a certain kind of way. But I'm just like, I promise you, if those accusations were true, it would have came out. And it would have came out a long time ago. So I don't know. They understand there is no destroying his legacy. The MJ1, the musical, the biopic, surpassing 10 billion streams. Michael's legacy is here to stay. I agree that it's here to stay, but I think it's time for us to start clapping back. Like I said, I was like, I'm so glad Taj clapped back, because it's just like, what this guy do with this special guy? Nothing to do with my uncle. What are we doing right now? I think we should really push Michael's message to the world even more so people can see the amazing person he is. Yes. Like you, my family in the United Nations, we are every race, color, creed in my family. Yes. Janet has a new documentary that's coming out that includes the family. I hope that reintroduces the family to the general public, will humanize them. I agree. As a matter of fact, that'd be a good segue to talk about happier things. I still can't believe this live went this long. I was like, oh, we're gonna just make this 30 minutes. So here's some happier things to celebrate. Even though one thing I'm crying about, I'm sure y'all seen my story crying about something earlier, but Michael Jackson's biopic is spending a record $20 million. It is one of the most expensive biopics being made. I'm not sure if you guys saw Michael Trapson's live yesterday, but he covered that. So if you want to get more into that biopic, but me and Tori from Invincible Jackson already said, where's the camera? There's the camera. If y'all need any extras, let me know. Like, of course, it gotta be a paying gig so I can take off my real job. But I could be one of the fans from Neverland going, Michael, I love you. Because if you already know, if they spending 20 million, you already know they are doing Neverland up. Could you imagine being one of the fans that get to act like, in my case, since I'm older, I could just be someone's parent, taking my kids to Neverland, be like, hey, we're going to be able, I could be one of those mothers, like taking her son there, like, you know how I did stuff for charity? I'd have been like, hey, Timmy, would I name my son Timmy? Yeah, why not? Hey, Timmy, we're going to go to Neverland for the first time. I'm not really, don't give me any speaking lines. I just want to be an extra though. And so does Tori. And so do my sisters. I just got to put that in existence. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about this biopic. I'm down. Yes, I'm down for being a screaming fan. I'm down. Or someone's parent. As long as I'm not a maid. I don't want to be a maid. I don't. But I'll be a screaming fan or a parent. Oh, that's cool. I can't wait for more casting news. Please pick a phenomenal actress for Catherine. That would be cool. I still vote for Angela Bassett to be Catherine. I think she did a good job the first time. Right? We have other people who want to be screaming extras, right? Listen, there's a clip of me screaming for Chris Brown. No lie. The camera was shaking. I'm really good at screaming. There's another clip of me screaming when I met TJ Jackson too. I'm really good at screaming. not that I want to well, actually, TJ's dealt with me before. I've calmed down quite a bit. I wish so. We are manifesting that Serena is going to be an extra in the biopic. Right? Whoever wants to be an extra, I am manifesting that somehow you get it. That's awesome. Yes, the Jacksons set the bar so high that they exposed Hollywood's mediocrity. They know they can't match them no matter how much they tried to replace. Yes. I actually, like I said, when I grew up, I'm a 70s baby, 80 kid. And when you grow up in a decade where there is a lot of good performers, you're not realizing things in real time. But what happened was the Jacksons got bigger and bigger as I got older. And I'm like, wait a minute. I wish I paid better attention to them when I was younger. But it's like I never would have guessed they would have became as iconic as they became. I was just like, wait, what? Like, I don't know. And I think it's our job to get the world out how great they really are. Now, because of the biopic, Thriller Night 23 has gotten canceled. Boo. But if you guys saw the small print, there will be events at Havenhurst. Events with an S. It said events. It didn't say an event. We just don't know what that event is. Now, before y'all ask me, are you going to be at Havenhurst this year? I don't know. I have no idea because if they're doing events, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be expensive or not. But if I could, but we will definitely speak more about the whole Thriller Night thing because this is about Michael's legacy right now. Even though Thriller Night is part of his legacy too. But for those who want to do Thriller Night 2023, it is canceled, but there will be events at Havenhurst. So if you wanted to go to Havenhurst, there is a way. Make sure you follow the Hill Los Angeles Instagram for details. I promise you, I don't know anything. I was just as shocked. I'm still crying because I was like, yes. I even made sure I had a credit card on the side. Like, yes, I'm going to Thriller Night. And then they were like, no, you're not. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do in the place of Thriller Night. I know we used to do stuff in New York. Maybe we could find a Thrill the World Long Island division. I don't know. Let's find out what's going on in Havenhurst. I know we'll talk more about events in the future, but for now, because of the awesome biopic, which is a good thing, there'll be no Thriller Night. Oh, I didn't know that. Someone said Viola Davis for Catherine, and now I can't choose between her and Aunt. I still would pick Angela, but Viola Davis is a good pick. She's a great actor. Somebody said Zendela for LaToya. That's crazy. I wanted my first year for Thriller Night. Now I'm so excited for the movie. Yeah. You know what I've learned about the Thriller Night thing? Because Thriller Night's new to me. Or newish. The first YouTuber I know to ever do Thriller Night was Michael Trapson. And then we got to go to the next one. And then, but you know what I learned in my little 3 years of being interested in Thriller Night to going for myself? Expect the unexpected. That's what I've learned in the last 3 years of this. Like, for example, year one was the easiest year. And I remember it was the 7th Thriller Night. And I remember Prince kept saying, hey guys, it's the 7th one. It's the lucky one. And I'll be honest, it was lucky because it wasn't that many fans who went. And it was really, really intimate. I'll never forget it. It felt like we were legit guests. It was just so quiet compared to the one that happened last year. And then last year came, but it got us off guard. They had this announcement in April, and I'm like, wait a minute, wait. And it was just nuts. And there was so many people last year. And then this year, ain't no Thriller Night. So the point of me rambling is expect the unexpected. Because there's no Thriller Night this year, that means you guys got 2 years to get your money together. And I'm telling you right now, we discussed this last week. The flights this year are super expensive. I had to cancel my trip to London for next month. I'm not going. And then I'm supposed to go to California to see MJ Fangirl. I'm praying to God I can go, but it's not looking good. And then I am doing a trip with my family where I'm supposed to go down to Miami. Why are the tickets literally double this year? So I say all that, even though Thriller Night was canceled, this is a great opportunity to one, level up and save. Because I'm like, oh my God, I'm starting to notice things are super expensive lately. Like super, super. And it's only going to get worse because they have to pretty much, we have a big debt. I don't even want to get into it. Just get your money together and we'll talk more about our crazy world forming in front of us. Ah, that would be cool. Spike needs to get with DJ Spinner and do Thriller Night. Could you imagine them doing a Thriller Night in New York? It wouldn't be big as Havenhurst, but it still would be good. Because Cheryl will tell you, because Cheryl's in New York with me. New York moonwalkers love, we know how to party. I'm not surprised that Havenhurst will be used for the biopic. Havenhurst was technically the second house the Jacksons lived in when they left Gary, Indiana. And remember, Havenhurst belonged to the Jacksons until recently. Now belongs to the MJ estate. So in other words, that house is very important. Because even when Michael Jackson left Havenhurst to go to Neverland, if I'm not mistaken, the house went to his mother and dad, or it was his, or something like that. The point is, but Catherine, the family stayed in there even though Michael was gone. And then, Jafar lived there, and Genevieve and TJ, a bunch of Jacksons lived in Havenhurst even when Michael left it. So that Havenhurst apartment house, that's why when I went to Havenhurst, I was like, there are two places I always wanted to go into. Well, actually three. Havenhurst, Neverland, and the actual Jackson home in Gary, Indiana. Now, of course, I've been to the house in Gary, but not in it. And I'm just like, oh my, that's real American history. So when we went to Havenhurst, oh my gosh, to this day, that is one of the best things in my life I have ever done. And I want you to know, I've gone to Paris. I've gone all over the Caribbeans, throughout the United States, and hopefully London next year. It was just like, it's not that I've never done great stuff. It's just that's real American history. It's Havenhurst. Now, of course, the only thing they can outdo Havenhurst is Neverland. But oh my gosh, I love Havenhurst. I would be willing to sacrifice a lot of money to go back. I loved Havenhurst. Let me see. It would be iconic because she would put her blessings on it because Catherine is iconic. Yeah. I wonder how it is to be Catherine Jackson. All the stuff she's gone through, including burying Michael and just raising her children and all the scrutiny with her family. And it's like, what the heck? Jafar Jackson was adolescent thriller Michael. Bad 2009. He should be played by. I always wonder if they're going to use Jafar for all the years or just the younger years. It will be interesting. Maybe we could make some other stops for the MJ the Musical. Yes. I didn't put that in the slides, but MJ the Musical's also on tour. And maybe you guys could do that this year. We're definitely going to have a separate live. This Saturday, though, I was going to do a live, but Tori's doing a live on Invincible Jackson. So we're going to be, I'll be joining, well, not as a guest, but in the audience like you guys. I'll be on watching Tori's live Saturday, but maybe Monday. If I could, I'll be doing two lives, one for the vegan channel and then one for this channel, but we'll figure it out because my vegan lives never last more than 30 minutes. So I can probably do 2 lives in one night. Next, this I got from Invincible Jackson's IG, but Janet Jackson, as mentioned from And Justice for Some, will be doing a new project featuring her whole family. Does that mean all the Jacksons will be getting back together, including Randy and Jermaine and all of them? Like, what's going on? I want to know. I want to know. That'd be so dope. But more details about that in the near future. But it'll be based on the Together Again tour and just some really cool inside stuff about the family. And we are going to be watching and doing watch parties. And I'm so excited. And congratulations to Paris. I love Paris Jackson's name. She is doing her last show with SSPU. She's in Austin, Texas as we speak. So rock on, girl. You know I love your song. Get out. Get 'em, girl. And for the 5,000th time, we are still waiting for the the Michael Jackson Thriller documentary to be announced for the 5,000th time. Where is this documentary? And as soon as that is announced, there will be a Billie Jean challenge streaming on Station Head. So if you guys are not joined to Station Head, please join. Last week, me and Tori did 2 different nights. She featured the women of the Jackson family and did a good job. She gave history and everything. And then a few days before that, I just did like a random Jackson Family Friday. We want to just start exposing everybody to all the Jackson's music. Get the B side, the D side. We're even playing some of the flops. There's no such thing as a flop, but thank you for coming to the live. I'm disappointed in Chris, and I hope Chris can learn from this. I feel like when you have over 2 million people unfollowing you, you clearly piss some people off. He even pissed me off about, I don't even want to get into it. It's just too much. Like, enough. Oh, a Thriller block party would be nice. Yes. I don't know what they're going to do for this year, but I know we're going to try to head out to Vegas. Again, we'll talk about this more on Monday night. But for now, Saturday, make sure you head over to Invincible's channel. She's doing a Moonwalker spotlight. No, that's crazy. I went to Neverland, Havenhurst, and the Carolwood Drive President's Day weekend. Oh, that's awesome. Right? Oh my gosh. I wonder if they're gonna be in Gary, Indiana. Like, I've heard this funny story about when Michael Jackson went back to Gary, Indiana, and he was giving out KFC. That would be such a funny story to shoot. This biopic, what exactly is this biopic covering? I cannot wait. Oh, that's interesting. You couldn't tell if you were in the right place. My friends actually went to Havenhurst when it was closed. I was one of the few people who didn't go. But like Honey and them, when they were younger, because I met Honey and them later on. They used to go to California and they used to just go all over Cali. And so I couldn't even imagine like going from being in front of the gates inside the house. I think the biopic will start in the year 70s and 80s. I think so. Probably late 70s. I agree. Catherine is such a strong person, and I really admire that woman. I honestly admire her and just the family in general. For a family that's been attacked to the level that they have been attacked, and for the most part, they always keep the composure. And I just, oh snap! Look, guys, it's Gecka. Oh, first time I've ever seen Giggle in camera like that. I changed the office a little bit. I was like, oh, snap, my dog. Hey, Scarlett, you are truly missed, girl. Oh my God. So I think I am going to go out on that note. You guys are the awesome. There's so much here as always. Oh, there's going to be a lot of station heads on a lot. It's y'all gonna be getting a lot of Jackson everything. I don't know. I'm not sure if Jafar is going to be singing live instead of lip syncing. But honestly, he could do him justice. He can sing very well. I'm not sure if you guys saw Invincible Jackson's Jafar Jackson spotlight, but she did a good job at showing how strong his vocals are. It is very similar to Michael's. It's a nice fusion of Michael and Jermaine's. And I be honest, to have that vocal talent, like Jermaine can really sing, and Michael, it's wild. Jafar is going to be a big, big deal in the future. So he might do what Austin Butler did for Elvis, where he's both in lip sync. I hope they go that route because he can sing, and it's a great opportunity for people to see what Jafar Jackson can do. A lot of people even know who he was until the biopic was announced. So I'm like, I find that interesting. It could be a great opportunity for everyone to know who he is. And last but not least, Terrell Jackson has a new song called Words Hurt. That's exclusive on Terrell's website, but we've learned the words can hurt, right, Chris Rock? Do better. And so please make sure you support Terrell Jackson by downloading that single. And yeah, do better, Chris. Really. Oh, okay. And Justice thinks that they're going to actually start when the Jackson 5 broke out. It's possible. I think we're all confused when it's going to start because we're like, how are we going to get so much of Michael's life in such a short amount of time? But it's $120 million that we are so happy to see how this is going to be spent. I'm like, yes. The movie will skyrocket his fame the way Selena's movie did for J-Lo. I agree. I absolutely agree. I look forward to this, but until the biopic comes out, I even look more forward to people stop attacking Michael and his family. This is just it sucks and it's sad. It's like we're not a bunch of people just like, oh, we're fans of Michael Jackson. Absolutely not. We're fans of the truth. And I think if this was your uncle or your father or your brother or your uncle, whoever, you would not want someone's name to be slandered to this level. Like it's just like, it's one thing to have someone accuse you. It's another if you're like, hey, I didn't do it. Here's the proof. And it's just like, wait, what are we doing right now? So it's just like, feel, as supporters of the truth, continue spreading the truth. And I know at times you guys get attacked. I know I get attacked, but you have your receipts. Facts. If you guys need facts, and Justice for Some puts tweets all the time. So you have your sheets. This is it. And so it's just like, and I will do my best to find some stuff for you guys to just look into. It's a lot. This definitely is more than a fandom. This is becoming like revolutionaries of the truth. This is just I think if I wasn't a Michael Jackson fan, this would have made me a Michael Jackson fan because I'd have been like, why are you guys attacking this man? Like, he's legitly passed away. He legitly has been proven to be innocent. You guys still attacked him. That was proven to be, leaving lies proven to be a lie. And y'all still attacking him? That would make me wonder, like, what's going on and why? But I am okay. And Justice writes, and they can't leave out his childhood because that's how they explain his adult. It's what we were saying in one of the lives. We were like, because of the movie that came out, American Dream, we kind of felt like it was addressed already, but we don't know. Whatever they do, I'm sure it's going to be great. We just don't know. It's just so much to cover. Oh, that's interesting. Honestly, the people that mostly attack MJ are the older generations. When I went to college, a lot of people love Michael there. That's probably the truth because how old is Chris Rock? We just learned he was 58 and he was attacking Michael just now. I don't know where this is coming. You're right. Actually, all the main people that attack Michael are older, like people in his peers. That's a good That's a good observation. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to keep getting the truth out. We're going to let people know this man's innocent. We're going to continue fighting because he's not here anymore to fight. Because when he was here, he fought. And I honestly think the media weird that man out. I cannot imagine getting attacked the way Michael did. I can't imagine what it is to be his family. Like for Taj to say what he did, it was justified. We love you, Taj. I'm not even going to sit there and be like, well, Taj, clap back, do what you got to do, because no one is being respectful to your family. Enough is enough. I probably would have done the same. I really would have. I'm not sure if younger people are more accepting. I find that younger people's are good at researching and younger people will do the work. Even though I'm older, I'm also not a mother. And I didn't get a family until my mother passed away. And my mother just passed away 3 years ago. So in other words, I never really had a traditional adult life. Like, even though my boyfriend at the time, he had a son, I didn't raise his son. His mother did. So it's like in other words, I have time to research and do things. Like now that I'm in charge of so much stuff, I don't have as much time to research as I used to. That's what took me so long to get to you guys. I was like, dang. But I was like, even now, I was like, I really wanted to go to bed, but I was like, no, don't laugh at me. Tomorrow is Super Mario Day, so I'm doing something for my staff. And like I said, Saturday, Invincible Jackson's doing her live. So I said, you know what? It's now or never. So, and I'm glad I did it. You guys made this worth it. As always, you guys always make it worth it. So, yes, 77J. I love your name, 77JJ. 77 loves JJ. There we go. Younger people rather do their own research instead of believing things we've seen online. Yeah, and I do agree with. Listen, even when I learn something, I still will keep digging. That's why I didn't have so many receipts because I couldn't prove certain things. So I said, you know what? I don't want to be part of smearing wrong information. So I'd rather not put even some of the tweets I saw, even though they were good tweets, I was like, let me just not get messy and leave it alone. Yes, younger people just don't believe hearsay in media. They're intelligent and they don't believe anything without doing research. Yup. The truth will prevail and we will keep getting the truth out. I mean, I get it when you're older, like me, but like I said, I ain't got my kid. I don't have my own children. um adulting does get harder. Like, really, it does get harder, and you don't have that kind of time. And I think that's why Taj's documentary has to come out, because most people don't have time to research stuff. You know, it's like they saw Leaving Lies and they were like, oh my gosh. And then they didn't have time to go down the rabbit hole to figure out what was true and what was not true. Yes, I'm just as happy to see a massive younger gen of NJ fans. I always knew I was the youngest as a 90s baby, but now I see all these. Oh, child, you're in great company. I know Invincible Jackson's young. A lot of the people that, even some of the people in my sisterhood are like 15, 20 years younger than me. So it's just like, no, the fandom is young. And I think that's what makes Michael Jackson legacy so unique, that he's getting new young fans every single day. It's like, wait, what? That's awesome. So I honestly don't have a clip to go out. Guys, keep doing your research and keep getting the truth out. Thank you for joining us live. Me and Giga's gonna go to bed because tomorrow, well, actually, that tomorrow was official. It's Super Mario Day. Look what I got. This is so random, but look, it lights up. I got this from Five Below. Whee! If you guys don't know, me and my mama used to play Super Mario and Zelda, so it's like one of those things. Like, I love Super Mario, so it's like a holiday to me. And of course, shout out to Star Wars, because it wouldn't be alive without a Star Wars reference. Most important, MJ is innocent. Get the truth out. Oh, thank you. And thank you for your amazing, informative Twitter account and Justice for Some. You do an amazing job. I really would love for you to do a live with me one day. I think you do an amazing job for Michael's legacy. Continuing getting the truth out. Like, I'm so happy we have a Twitter account like yours. Good night, everyone from Canada. There's a Canadian I love out there named Hayden Christensen. Hi, Hayden. I would go to Canada. I would move to Hayden's farm. This got nothing to do with Michael, but and Canadians are so kind. Oh my God, I love Canada. I'm 21 years old and became a fan at 12, and I've been in love with him ever since. That's awesome. More lives. Oh, thank y'all. Well, listen, I won't be doing a live Saturday, but make sure you enjoy Invincible Jackson. That's her channel. That is like another Jackson family channel, and she's really awesome. Good night, everybody. Oh, you guys rock. All right, let me just get the outro. Good night.
I hope you enjoyed this live or replay. Make sure you check out the previous live. Like this video, make sure you're sub to this channel, and of course, please share the video, because sharing means caring. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys real soon.